Okay, I've got one of these Draper tools I bought for my kids. They're doing up their house they just bought, and it just goes zzz. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can work out if the brushes are covered in silt or what, or it's going back, because it should last more than a couple of months. This little bit here inside moves really slowly, so let's have a look. So the 6 screws have come off. You can see it's symmetric or anti-symmetric. Well, it is symmetric rather. And obviously this chamber's full of crap, and that's for the crap. So the first thing I do is to brush it out, and then I use some isopropyl alcohol to give it the contacts a clean. Okay, so there's 11 screws to take off there. These are long black screws. Then the base has to come off, and you can begin to prise this apart, but now these screws here got to come off, otherwise this thing doesn't spin, and this is what was stuck. So I'll take this off, and I have to check the commutator brushes as well. You see, sorry, they're in there, just to the right there, so they have to touch that motor, otherwise it won't spin at all. And often those things wear out. They look pretty good to me, but I've got to be careful when putting it back together. So I've got a good load of contact cleaner in there. Now you see, let me point it out, be easier. These bits here are the brushes, and they go against this motor, and this was a bit filthy, and it actually popped out. So there's a little notch, let me get that in focus, that it goes into. That's to push in. You can sort of see it there. You can see the light coming through from beneath. Yeah, sorry. That's it. It needs to go in like that, and then it needs a decent amount of cleaner all over it, because it's obviously filthy. Stuff will evaporate away. What I'll do is I'll put it partially back, because I just want to make certain that this spins. What was happening is there is a bit of resistance here. So I'll try and free this up a bit, but that's what it's supposed to do. When you put the power in, it goes across there and makes the motor spin, and it goes into the orbital bit down here, which does the action. So they're fairly simple. There's a bit of liquid in there. Okay, I'll put that back together. Okay, I tested it off the bench, so I didn't have this plate on. I put the commutator brushes back in, as I showed you earlier, plugged it all back in and gave it a little squirt, and it spun quite freely. So that's good. So now we're putting on the 4 screws in there. Then we've got to stick the middle part on, the bottom part, and there was a little washer that goes on here, and then the other thing fits across those little rubber feet there to stop or reduce the shock coming through your hands when you're using it. So let's do that. So that's the washer on, and there's a little felt thing. You can see where it's left a mark on there. Does it matter which end it goes? No, because it's symmetric here. So let me put that on. So it doesn't matter what way round this goes in that respect, but this middle bit is keyed. There's a little cam in there, so that needs to, I have to do this with 2 hands and put it in its place and give it a little pop. Okay, then there's the middle screw that goes in, and you know you got it right because you can't over tighten it, because look, it moves the middle bit, so that's all good. Then what was next? We've got the black ones. Oh yeah, so the black ones go into the body. There's 11 of those, and then these 6 go onto the bottom of here to put it back in. So let's get on with that bit. Okay, so we've got all 11 screws there. Don't over tighten them, because I doubt this will be the last time I have to take this apart, yeah? And all you'll do is strip the head, yeah? So now I've got these 6 at the bottom to go with this thing. Oh, give that a little bit of a clean. Okay, so that's got to go onto there, like so. And again, after this 2-handed, there's what I'll do is I'll check to see whether these holes go. Give me a second. Oh, that's fine. I thought at first that these holes had to go in certain vacuum tubes, but in fact the vacuum tube is just one big long venturi. So I will just put these in here. Okay, done. Now make sure when you put these in that the little washers that go the other side of the screw are there, because those are what stops it vibrating out so easily. Let's plug it in and see if it works. Actually, before I do that, this is the crap that's come out of it, yeah? It's a load of wool from Didcot in Oxfordshire. So that is what it is, and this is okay. This wool isn't asbestos, but some bits of old wool or tiles might be, so let me just throw this away. Actually, regardless if it's asbestos or not, you don't want to be breathing dust in here, so wear a mask and PPE, be good people. Pandemic should have taught you something. Okay, let's get on and test this thing out. So before, all it did was go and not do anything, but oh. Yeah, look, I see the dust coming out. Look. Perfect. Everything I said about dust and masks, I got one on honest. Okay, that's working good. I can smell the electrical smell so they can get on and sand down their walls. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.